The military junta that seized power in Niger has accused France and ECOWAS of plotting military intervention to reinstate the deposed president Mohamed Bazoum, as tensions in the region continue to grow in the wake of the coup. The new military junta is now seeking of the Russian mercenary group, Wagner, as the deadline nears for it to release the country's ousted president or face possible military intervention by ECOWAS. General Salifou Mody, one of the Niger officers who seized power in a military coup last week, visited Mali on last Wednesday, according to the Mali presidency, amid speculation of a possible interest in the Wagner mercenary group, which has a presence in the country. Mali's transitional president, Assimi Goïta, hosted Mody and a large Nigerian military delegation on Wednesday, according to pictures and a statement posted on Facebook by the Mali presidency. Mody called the meeting part of a complex regional context, the Mali presidency said, and thanked Malian authorities for their support and accompaniment since the seizure of power by the CNSP, referring to the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, where Mody is vice president. Who are the Wagner Group? The Wagner Group, a 1,000-strong private military force, has in recent years become one of Russia's most influential foreign policy tools. It has played a significant role on the battlefields of Syria and Ukraine, and recently has worked to expand its footprint in Africa. The group has operated in several African countries since 2017, often providing its clients with direct military support and related security services alongside propaganda efforts. Founded by Russian businessman Yevgeny Prigozhin, the Wagner Group is a prominent Kremlin-linked private military company. It first emerged in 2014 during Russia's annexation of Crimea and has since operated in Syria and at least a half-dozen African countries. Rather than a single entity, Wagner is a complex network of businesses and mercenary groups whose operations have been closely tied to the Russian military and intelligence community. It is estimated to have some 5,000 members stationed across Africa, a combination of former Russian soldiers, convicts, and foreign nationals. The Wagner Group has established operations in several African countries, where many of its operations focus on security issues. It has often provided security services and paramilitary assistance and launched disinformation campaigns for troubled regimes in exchange for resource concessions and diplomatic support. Wagner is most active in the Central African Republic, CRA, Libya, Mali, and Sudan, all of which have a tenuous relationship with the West due to colonial legacies and inherent political differences. The Nigerian Senate has raised concerns about President Bola Tinubu's appeal for deployment authorization. The Senate has urged him to explore alternatives beyond the use of force. On other hands, Mali and Burkina Faso, both under military-backed administrations, have cautioned that any intervention in Niger could be construed as an act of war against them. Likewise, Algeria, which shares an extensive land border with Niger, has also issued a warning against resorting to a military resolution. France, the former colonial power of Niger, along with the international community, declared their resolute support for whatever steps ECOWAS decides to take following the conclusion of the deadline. A groundswell of support for the coup appears to be sweeping through Niger Republic as thousands of supporters of a military coup have gathered at the stadium as a deadline set by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to return deposed President Mohamed Bazoum to power is set to expire. A delegation of members of the now ruling National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, CNSP, arrived at the 30,000-seat stadium in the capital, Niamey, on Sunday to cheers from supporters, many of whom carried Russian flags and portraits of the military leaders. The demonstration coincides with the ultimatum set by ECOWAS on July 30th for the coup leaders to reinstate Bazoum. But so far, the generals who seized power of Niamey have shown no sign of a willingness to give way. Do you think military intervention is a good idea? Let us know in the comment box below. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Until next time, cheers. Have a good one.